Hi everyone, it's Jaymie here from Holistic Vortex. I wanted to jump on here and talk to you guys about something that happened today and an inspiring message that came out of it. So the title of this video is called Stop Controlling the Flow. And I wanted to share with you guys what happened tonight that really reminded me of this beautiful message, and it's just a great reminder to kind of understand the distinction and really check in with ourselves to really connect with where we're coming from. I just came back from a concert. I saw Justin Nozuka for the first time. I actually never knew about this musician and singer, and he's actually really great. So I really enjoyed it. And what was really interesting is we were listening to this amazing concert for a couple hours, and then it was an encore, right? And so then he started singing Lean on Me without the guitar, without his band or anything like that. It was more soft spoken. And at this point, like, we have literally been like standing there celebrating this beautiful musical expression, right? And it's the end of the concert, and so a lot of us started joining in singing the song. And what was really interesting is that one person kept saying, just let him sing it, just let him sing it, just let him do it. And like, to a degree, I get where she was coming from. Like, you know, you go to a performance and you expect to hear the artist perform, you know, and obviously hearing a trained, talented artist perform on stage and sing so that you can hear his beautiful voice is going to be a lot more pleasant to the ear than a crowd full of people chiming in, you know, and like some of us are off key, and, you know, like the rhythm and everything is just kind of like out of order, right? So I totally get that, and that's not why she was there. She didn't pay to hear and witness that level of disharmony that was present when we all came together. Like, I'm not going to sit here and say that that wasn't there. But what I thought was really interesting is she was trying to control the flow. There's this synergy that takes place when we're in this sacred cocoon, right? And what comes in comes out. You know, there's a give and take and an ebb and flow to energy, and we have literally taken in his musical brilliance. And now, as a collective, we felt this deep yearning desire to express back what he gave to us. And there was this person who was literally trying to censor us. And like, I'm gonna be honest, like, my soul craves expression, so I'm not a fan of anyone that tries to suppress that, right? But like, with that said, I think that there's a lot of truth to the message that came out of me, which is how important it is for us to not try to control that flow. Every single one of us has been that girl in a situation where we tried to create a space censoring unintentionally. Like, you know, she was really respectful and she was coming from a place of love, but it was in a place where she was so focused more on what she wanted that she wasn't observing and realizing, hey, you know what, there is a collective energetic synergy and flow and force that is emerging and waiting to express itself. She was literally blocking that through her attempts. And I just think it's so important for us to check in and ask ourselves when we are trying to go against the collective force where we're coming from. Because I'm challenging by nature, and so oftentimes I go against the grain. I challenge the collective voice. And I've found it really beneficial for me to ask myself, okay, am I doing this because there is this new flow that is waiting to emerge, and I am literally opening up this space and creating this gateway that's been waiting to be birthed? Or am I trying to control the flow? Because what I find really interesting is there's this correlation, and I've observed this in my own life as well, is that the more difficulty I have in accepting something because I want things to go a certain way, and I isolate myself from the collective flow, it makes me want to control the flow more. Because as an empath, I tuned into her energy and I totally saw where she was coming from, and that's like the thing that I discussed and kind of covered in the beginning of this video, right? And then I tuned in to Justin Nozuka's energy, and I thought to myself, well, you know, from the musician's point of view, I wouldn't want to, you know, have to compete with the noise of the outside world. Like, I came here to perform, and I'm not trying to, like, you know, I've literally trained myself to not be in musical disharmony, and that's what's showing up. And I thought about these different things, but when I thought these different things, it wasn't energy that was coming from him. It was just the cerebral part of my brain seeing all possibilities. When I actually tuned into his energy, he was so into the music that he was so unaffected by what the rest of us was doing, because he was honoring his soul on a deep and visceral level. His soul craves to express and sing and perform, and he's not going to let anyone or anything disrupt that process. And so it was really like this beautiful witnessing, and I feel like this is something that happens, is that the more accepting we are of the flow, whether it's within ourselves or like in the collective flow, the more understanding we are, and the less we feel the need to control, manage, or censor the energy. And this has shown up in my life in a number of different ways. As someone who is a huge advocate of being able to express yourself, even if someone says something that is derogatory and disrespectful, I would rather someone express it than not. Like, yes, it's incredibly disrespectful to say that, but I personally don't resonate with the whole, if you don't have anything nice to say, don't say anything. Because honestly, how do you define what nice is? And if someone is a disrespectful person, they're going to be disrespectful whether they express it or not. But by expressing something that's fucked up, you are literally inviting an opportunity for someone to enlighten you and give you an opportunity to learn and grow. You can't do that when you're hiding, right? So a lot of times people will say something really fucked up and everyone's like, Jaymie, why aren't you upset by this? And I'm like, why would I? But it's because I honor the flow of someone else's energy that feels the need to say or do something that's fucked up, because I recognize that this is part of their journey. And I honor that as long as it feels aligned. Like, sometimes people's souls feel aligned to say something so fucked up that they've internalized, that's flawed, so that they can learn and grow. All right? And I'm not about censorship. But there are other things where I do struggle with. So I recognize that I have more resistance. Like, I have a harder time accepting things because I haven't worked through my shit. And I feel like this is something that we all have a version of. So I just want to invite you guys all to tune into your energy and ask yourself, like, you know, where might you be like trying to control the flow? And really, I invite you to let that go, to surrender. And it's not always going to be easy, and that's okay. You might slip up if it's something that's really stubborn, and that's okay. But you have to start somewhere. Start just a little bit every day. First, recognizing that is a big, big thing. I know that a lot of times people say, I know, but so this isn't about threatening or compromising the equilibrium or balance that our body tries to restore through trying to control the flow. This is just inviting you to kind of observe where you might be trying to control the flow, and connect with the energy of where the flow actually is and just focus on allowing that to emerge. Just allowing it. Like, the thing is, you're not supposed to control the flow. So I'm not going to be like, look, that's controlling. That's not good. So you just need to stop that, because that's a form of censorship. That's a form of controlling. This is literally just a message to be conscientious, is really what it is. All right? And remember that things are always subjective. So, you have to honor what you feel is the flow for you. All right? That is my message for the evening. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you guys soon. Bye!